Do you think it's good to have rational discussions on moral principles and values?
Sure.
Can a human being follow a moral principle without ever intentionally violating it?
Uh, I don't understand exactly what you're asking me.
Okay. Is it one of the capacities of human beings to be able to follow a moral principle without ever intentionally violating it?
Can someone follow a principle they profess without deliberately violating it? Yeah, I believe so.
Should you follow your moral principles without ever intentionally violating them?
Well, see, you're trying to frame in some absolutes. Do I think that if you profess a value, you should try and adhere to it? Yes, that's generally best.
So you think sometimes you should not follow your own principle?
Well, I didn't say that.
Okay, so should you always follow your own principle is the question? Or never intentionally violate it?
I believe so.
Okay. Can you mention one of your moral principles?
Okay, I believe in God. I believe that there's a God.
Okay. Well, what is the principle there? What does it tell you to do by believing in God?
Can I ask you where this is going, though? For
Do
what
you,
station is this?
this is for the bottom line.
Okay.
Do your answers to my questions depend on where I'm going?
Well, it does depend on what exactly you're doing because, first off, you didn't greet me. You didn't say hello earlier. You called me down and asked me, took me from a hotel room. So I just want to know where it's going. If there's a point of view or a slant to this, generally
just one.
interviewers are able to give questions that are a little easier to speak about. So if you want yes or no questions, I can do that. But I know that often when you ask only yes or no questions, if this is kind of an interrogation, you're going to lead me into something. Now, if that's okay, if you want to tell me that, that's fine. But if you just want yes or no, I can just give you yes or no. But you can get anyone here to do that. You don't need me to do that. So if you just want yes or no, tell me, and I'll just give you a yes or no.
I would like you to answer whatever you think is the truth and be comfortable to answer what you think.
Sure.
So a simple question might deserve a yes or no answer. Maybe it deserves a clarification or some other kind of answer. You please feel free to say what's on your mind, and if you think the question is unfair, you can tell me why you think it's unfair. So, okay, so I was asking you about, I was asking you to mention one of your moral principles, and you said God, and then I was trying to figure out exactly what that
Because
meant.
I'm very interested in what Stephen Chowder has to say.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, that's what.
Sure, he got the name wrong. I just want to make sure that, it's
It's Crowder.
Interest in other people.
It's Crowder,
Yeah.
and I made a mistake, and you can point that out. So anyway, is love thy neighbor as thyself one of your moral principles?
Yes.
Do you follow that principle without ever intentionally violating it?
Yes.
So you love all the people here just as much as yourself?
I love everybody here, yes.
As much as yourself?
Sure.
That's outstanding. Can you love someone on command, like somebody walks by here? Can I say to you, okay, Stephen, love this person, and you can start to love them?
Can I start to act on love? Yes, as I'm instructed to, as per my beliefs, yes. The feeling of love, it depends. We've separated love now into a feeling versus the quote you're talking about is an act. Can I choose to act lovingly? Yes.
Do you spend as much time and energy and interest on other people's concerns as you do your own?
No.
So would that reflect the fact that you love yourself more than you love them?
No.
So even though you love them just as much as yourself, you don't dedicate yourself to their problems or their interests?
Yes.
So it's interesting because usually people...
Interesting.
Well, because usually people act in conformity to the degree of love that they have. So I love my wife.
Let me give you an example. I love my wife, certainly, actually, I would say, as far as the feeling goes, more than myself. I would lay my life down for my wife. Right. Now, in order to provide for my wife, I have to make sure to concern myself with my career, with my problems, to ensure that they don't become her problems. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't love my wife.
Absolutely,
I love my grandma very much. I loved her more than anybody. When she was dying of cancer, I still had to go to school.
Right, but what I was interested in is how is it possible for somebody to follow this principle if they are going to love everybody just as much as themselves? They wouldn't have much time to take care of their own problems and or their wife's problems.
Well,
So
I just answered your question. Yeah.
you,
So thank you, sir. Appreciate it.